Welcome back to Hellman's Kitchen, Holiday Edition. My name is Stephen Hellman. I'm a U.S. military veteran chef. I grew up with a love for cooking in an Italian-American household. Then I joined the Coast Guard, the military, learned how to cook professionally. I especially enjoyed cooking during the holidays for the guys on the ship because you can't go home, right? So you build a family on the ship, and I used to be able to cook for these people and kind of give them a sense of home, right? It was a really good time, or as good as it could be without being with your actual family. We're gonna make some good stuff this show. We're gonna make holiday appetizers. We're gonna make your traditional hummus, super tasty, a little bit of garlic in there, of course. We're gonna make a garlic edamame dip. It's gonna be super tasty. And then we're gonna make a nice beet dip. So these are all super healthy for you. We're gonna make a nice charcuterie board out of all this stuff. So since joining the Coast Guard, I started eating more plant-based this past year or two. So with my love of cooking, my knowledge from the Coast Guard, cooking on ships all the time for a lot of guys, I combined it with my new passion for plant-based cooking. I like how it makes me feel, a little lighter on my feet, a little more agile, kind of like Mike Tyson here. Support my business by subscribing to my YouTube channel, liking this video, throw a comment down there what you thought of it, what you'd like to see me do. I'd love to hear from you. You can check out all my full recipes and videos on my website at hellmanskitchen.com. I also worked pretty hard on, I made a nice plant-based cooking ebook. All good recipes that are gonna save you time in the kitchen. Just print them off and it'll be super easy. It's got the grocery list on there and everything for you. I'm gonna show you how to roast some beets because holidays are coming up and there's a ton of different reasons to roast beets, especially for Dwight Schrute. If you know, you know. If you don't know, go check out The Office, one of the best shows ever. So we're gonna roast these bad boys. They might look a little intimidating, some people, they're not. They look a little crazy, especially these little tails kind of look like something out of a sci-fi movie or something. But anyways, they're pretty easy. We're just gonna cut these tails off. Don't cut too much of the beet off. We just want the tails away basically. And I rinsed these pretty thoroughly too. Just clean them really well. You can save these, their little tails, for something else. We're gonna wrap it in foil and then we're gonna cook them in the oven at 400 degrees for about an hour or so. Basically whenever the skin peels off pretty easy is when they're done. All right, our beets have been roasting for about an hour or so at 400 degrees in the oven. We're gonna check them to make sure they're good to go. If you can stick the fork through, you get nice little bloody beet juice on there. It means they're good to go. You can let them cool down for a little while too before you start this process. So we're gonna peel them really easy, just using the end of the paper towel. It kind of gives it a little bit of traction to peel the skin off. Should come off really easy too. If it doesn't, then that means it needs to cook a little longer. Like some of these giant beets, for example, like the size of apples, I threw them for an extra 10 minutes just to make sure they're fully cooked. These roasted beets came out really good. Don't wear anything that you like a lot because they can stain your clothes otherwise. Sorry, Mike, you'll be okay. All right, we're gonna roll up our sleeves on this one so we don't fuck up our clothes. We're gonna toss in all the beets. Try not to touch them too much because they're gonna stain your hands. Oh yeah, oh son of a bitch, I lost one. All right, take two with the beet. Don't tell my wife, but hit the ground. Just rinse it off a little bit, we'll be fine, no problem. All right, now we got our maple syrup. We're gonna throw in a little bit here. Depends how sweet you like it. All right, this is the good stuff. Make it nice and sweet. Now we got our 4 fresh garlic cloves. We're gonna use a quarter of a red onion. We're gonna throw in a little bit of salt to taste, whatever your preference. Toss in some non-dairy yogurt. In this case, I'm using coconut. Throw in like about a quarter of a cup or so. We're gonna throw in our quarter cup of cashews that have been soaking for about an hour. Makes them a little softer on the food processor blades and a little more creamy. All right, now we're gonna blend it up for a little bit after we throw in a little bit of olive oil too. All right, we're gonna pulse it up until it's nice and creamy. All right, we're gonna push this down so we make sure our blades are hitting everything. All right, we're gonna check this out. It's been going in this for a few minutes now. Ooh, that texture is really nice. Let's taste it. Ooh, that's super good. You don't even taste that beet that dropped on the floor. Super good plant-based beet dip. It's gonna be really delicious for our plant-based charcuterie board. I'm gonna show you how to make a super easy holiday hummus dip. You're gonna love it. Really easy too. All it is chickpeas, onions, fresh garlic, a little bit of salt, and olive oil. Super easy, really delicious. You're gonna like it. All right, we're gonna empty in a couple cans of chickpeas into your food processor. Throw our onion in as well. Throw 4 cloves of garlic and some olive oil. Then we're gonna add in some salt. Do about 1.5 tablespoons-ish or so. All right, we're just gonna blend it, chop it, whatever you want to call it, for a little while. Serve it with pita or chips or whatever you fancy. Toast some bread. It can be delicious. This will be a great addition to the plant-based charcuterie board too. Be one of the three dips we'll have ready to go. I'm gonna teach you how to cook a really quick garlic edamame dip. Super healthy too, super tasty. All right, obviously we're gonna throw in our edamame, about 2 cups worth or so, should be good. High protein count. Edamame is awesome to eat by itself too. This is gonna be a perfect dip to add to the charcuterie board. We're gonna half a red onion. I wouldn't use a full one, and I'm okay with a little bit of spice, but a whole onion is gonna be like, basically like an onion dip, you know? We're gonna cut it up a couple times, quarter it, just to save our blades a little bit. We also have our cashews, about 1/4 cup or so, which we soaked for about an hour. Makes them a little softer for the processor to blend up nice. We're gonna drain the water out. You can leave a little water in, it's okay. It'll just help it blend even easier. Toss those in. All right, we're gonna squeeze in a lime as well. Be a real nice fresh taste. All right, we're gonna throw in about 4 cloves of fresh garlic too. All right, we got our peeled fresh garlic cloves. We're gonna throw in some non-dairy yogurt as well. It's gonna help make it a little creamier. So throw in about 1/4 cup or so. I think this should be pretty good. Now we're gonna blend this all together with a little bit of olive oil. About 2 to 3 tablespoons worth. Really pulls it all together. We're gonna blend it up until it's nice and creamy. Make sure you have your little spatula or spoon or something to push it down as you go. All right, we're gonna blend this until it's nice and creamy. So we're gonna stop it after, 30 seconds to a minute or so. We're gonna push down all the sides. Make sure we're really making sure everything's grinded up nicely for this dip. All right, now we got it all blended up. We gotta do a little taste test. It looks beautiful though. That's pretty tasty. It's super creamy too. Ooh, look how creamy that is. That's good stuff. This plant-based charcuterie board turned out really awesome. Made 3 really tasty dips too, all plant-based. Made a beet dip. We got our garlic edamame dip and our traditional hummus. All sorts of good veggies and stuff here. Sliced up some bread chunks, made some nice crisp out of them by toasting them a little bit. Threw in some nuts, we got some dates, some sliced radishes, which are super tasty, just a little spice to them. We got some fresh grapes, red and green, sliced bell peppers, celery. Whatever you're feeling, throw it together. There's so many good options that don't involve cheese. I'm not a dairy guy myself. Trying to eat healthy, plant-based too. I try to keep it out of my diet as much as I can, even though I can never give up pizza, to be honest. I eat a lot of pizza. Don't forget, if you like this video, support my veteran-owned business, Hellman's Kitchen, plant-based cooking series. Support it by liking this video, throwing a comment down there, subscribing to my YouTube channel, go to my website. You can download my free plant-based cooking book. It's an ebook, so you just download the PDF. It's super easy. It's some good stuff in there. I got 3 really good recipes. It's free too. Hope you have a good holidays. Mike Tyson, if you're watching this, I love you, man. You're a freaking animal and a scary human being. You're awesome.